Good morning. Happy Wednesday, guys. It is hump week. Listen, I titled this A Glimpse into a Typical Day in the Life of a Realtor. And actually, there is no such thing as a typical day. So, as you know, when you're a realtor, you are self-employed, you're self-contract, which means you absolutely have the autonomy to design your day the way you choose to. Now, there are a few brokerages I do know of that do require their agents to go into the office on certain days, to do phone duty, to attend certain trainings. When I got into real estate, one of the reasons that I got into real estate is because I was tired of having a boss. I was tired of being bossed around. Therefore, when I started interviewing other brokerages, and I didn't want to be in an office anymore. So when I started interviewing brokerages, my questions were, number one, are there any rules about attending the office? Is there a rule for doing phone duty? Is there any kind of rules that the brokerage itself will mandate? Because as a licensed realtor with the state of Louisiana, of course, you have certain rules and guidelines and things that you have to abide by law, because you are a realtor in the state of Louisiana. But in addition to that, there are certain brokerages that do require certain things of their agents. And then, of course, they give you certain things for doing those things. Well, I knew that I was at the point in my life, I was 44 years old. I had been a teacher. I had been an administrator. I had been a supervisor of technology. And I was at the point where I wanted to be my own boss. And I didn't want to have to follow the rules of a brokerage, which would have kind of been like a boss. Even though they're not really your boss, they kind of are if they dictate that you have to do certain things. So I knew about myself that was not going to work, that was not going to fly, that was not going to make me happy. And what I wanted most about real estate was to be happy and just really enjoy what I was doing. So for me, I love change, I love a challenge, but believe it or not, I absolutely thrive on rituals and routines and consistency. So for me, every single beginning of every single day looks the exact same. I'm usually awake by 4:40, 4:45, probably 5 a.m. at the absolute latest. I brush my teeth, I put on my exercise gear, and I go exercise outside in my yard for about an hour. And then I journal, and in my journal I talk about all the things that I'm grateful for, I'm thankful for, my goals for the day, for the week, for the year, and just general things that are going on in my life. I like to put my thoughts down, and it kind of just gets me thinking about the day and the days before, and the challenges that I may have had, the challenges that I'm dealing with. So every single day for me begins the same exact way. And it doesn't matter if I'm on vacation. In fact, I'm planning a trip, a girls trip for Cinco de Mayo. And it's so funny because they were texting the whole group this morning, about 7 or 8 of them in the group that are going. And I said, listen, it doesn't matter how late we stay out. I will be up at 5 a.m. walking, and it'll be walking indoors of the Golden Nugget, or it'll be walking outside on the cement if it's safe. But it will be exercising and walking and getting that in. And so I said, bring your walking shoes, and they all laughed and were like, no way, you can bring us breakfast in bed, you can bring us coffee in bed. We are not getting up at 5 a.m. to walk. But for me, mental illness runs on both sides of my family, and the only way to overcome that and to not be on drugs is to exercise for me 7 days a week, 7 days a week, 7 days a week. And I can't do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, because I don't want that alarm to go off in the morning and me think, what day is it? What day is it? I never have to think about, is today my day to exercise? Because I'm doing it 7 days a week. That's Christmas, that's New Year's, that's every holiday, that's on vacation, that's wherever the case may be. 7 days a week. And I tell you what, it has saved my sanity. I'm not on any kind of drugs. And I was in the past, absolutely was on drugs in the past. Anxiety medicine, depression medicine, sleeping medicine, you name it, I was on it, and nothing worked. Nothing worked. Good old fashioned, for me, fresh air, exercise every single day. I can't do a treadmill. I can't do a gym. For me, have to have fresh air. And so I don't care if it's 30 degrees or 100 degrees, or if it's raining or snowing or icy or whatever the case may be. Thankfully, I have a huge covered patio in the back, so if it's raining or snowing or icy, I'm in the back under the patio. So I have that advantage. Absolutely, I do. So the beginning of every single day for me looks the exact same, so that when issues arise during the day, because listen, a realtor's job is to solve problems. Literally all day, every day, we're solving a problem. All day, every day, we're keeping a transaction on track so that it doesn't fall apart, so that it gets to the closing table. Because I've said it and I'll say it again. Getting something under contract is easy. A monkey can do it. Getting it all the way to the closing table is a whole different ballgame. And listen, there are so many deals that I hear about that fall through, that go south, that get canceled. I would say, if I had to guess, probably 99% of my transactions get to the closing table. And that's because I'm proactive with buyers and sellers. I'm kind and I'm professional with the other side. If there's another realtor on the other side, I'm kind, I'm professional, I'm helpful. I'm not arrogant. There's some realtors that feel like it's me against you, and it's not. It's not, absolutely not. We are a team. And so if you're on the buying side or if you're on the listing side, we absolutely are a team, because our main goal is to do its best for our clients to get them to the closing table. So if you get your panties in a wad about something, I'm going to try to get them out, because our goal is for the clients not to know that there's any kind of drama going on at all. And our job is to get it to the closing table. And sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's very easy. Sometimes I would say probably 85% of realtors are amazing to deal with. And they have the same goal. They want to get to the closing table, right? So a typical day in real estate for me, important, always, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, whether I'm on vacation or not, begins with daily exercise at 5 a.m. for at least an hour. Outside, in the fresh air. That's what starts my day. The rest of the day, I schedule on my calendar depending on what's going on. So for today, for example, our local brokerage is called District South in Lafayette. And every single Wednesday, they have a training from 9:30 to until. And let me tell you what, being in the room with top producing other real estate agents is something that I live for, I thrive on. It is an hour away from my house to that office, and it is worth every single second of the drive once a week to go sit in that room with a broker who is top-notch, phenomenal, both of them. We have two of them, and then surrounded by top producing agents. Absolutely, is just, I love it. I look forward to it. I love it. And it's not something I have to do. It's not something that's mandated by anyone. I never, ever have to go to a meeting at that office. I go because I know it's important to my business and for me to continue to grow as an agent. Listen, when you're in any kind of profession at all, to me, you should always know that there is always something to learn. There's always a way to get better. There's always something new on the horizon. And if you always believe that you're not the smartest person in the room, and there's always something to be learned from other people, you'll continue to be successful. So today, we have a meeting. Then after that, I am getting listing packets together. I'm gonna get probably 20 or 30 listing packets together, and that means if you call me because you want me to go sell your house, I'm coming with a packet of paperwork for you to fill out. And so some people say, well, why don't you do it electronically? I don't do it electronically because when you're pulling up something on your phone to sign, really, can you read it? Or are you reading it when the fine print is this small and you just clicking? You're not understanding it. So I love to go sit with sellers and explain what every single document they're physically signing means. They understand it. They know the whole process. They know how it works. For some people, they've never listed a house before and they have no idea what it means. And it's an important process. And it is, it's good to know how the process works, because most people who sell are going to sell again. So you want to know how the process works. You want to know what forms you're signing, what they mean, and you want to understand it. So I'm not going to ever send them electronically, because you're pulling them up on your phone, you're just clicking and you don't understand. And I don't think it's fair. So we're going to be printing those packets. I'm going to be meeting with other people on my team so that we can just brainstorm, because I love to do that. And then I am showing a house that I have listed in Evangeline on Riverside Road that someone is really interested in. I'm going to be showing that house. And let me think what else after that. That's pretty late this afternoon. So that's all I know about for sure today. So let me just give you a glimpse of tomorrow. So tomorrow, what do I have tomorrow? I have a listing appointment tomorrow. I have a showing tomorrow, and my son is getting some awards at LSUE. So we have awards night at LSUE at 5 o'clock. And then Friday, y'all, one thing I love about real estate the most is having the ability to be flexible. I'm self-employed, and being able to be a huge positive influence in my community. I live in a small town of 1,200 people. That's Iota, Louisiana, which is in South Louisiana, in a community where our schools are amazing. Our high school is an A school. Our feeder elementary schools are A schools. We are just very, very, very blessed to have a community of amazing educators and cafeteria workers and bus drivers and janitors and administrators and all the people who just really thrive on the community and love the community. So myself and a friend of mine who owns the major event center in our town of Iota, where we host parties and receptions and prom and homecoming and all the things, has volunteered for free to have that building be allowed for an after school, end of the school year celebration for all feeder schools that feed to Iota High School. So we have Iota High School, then we have Iota Elementary School, we have Egan Elementary School, Evangeline Elementary School, Iota Middle, and St. Francis. And all those schools, most of the kids, I would say probably 95% of the kids, when they leave those schools, they feed to Iota High School. And so the person that owns the banquet center in Iota and myself got together and decided that we wanted to do a huge end of the school year bash to celebrate all the school employees of those schools. And so Friday after school, we have gotten so many donations, so many sponsors. Literally every business owner in or around Iota has volunteered to do something, to give gift cards, to give door prizes, to decorate, to provide food. It's all catered. All of the alcohol is provided, the DJ is provided, the karaoke is provided. Literally everything is going to be free. And after school on Friday afternoon, all of the school employees are invited, and we are having a huge shindig to celebrate them and to thank them and to let them know how much they are appreciated in our community. And so I challenge you, if you are a realtor in your community, listen, you set the tone. If you want to be the unofficial mayor of your area, listen, even if you're, let's say, in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, there are communities within communities within communities, right? You can be the unofficial mayor of your community by rallying support for these schools. To me, are the backbone of a community. They are the backbone of a great community. And prior to being in real estate, I was in education. So that is absolutely, they're just my heart. They're my whole heart. Unless you've been in education, you have no idea how difficult those jobs are. From the administrator all the way down to the janitor, those jobs are invaluable. They're underappreciated. They're underpaid, for God's sakes. And they get up and they do it every single day. And it's not easy. So they deserve all of the accolades that they can get. So I challenge you, if you're a realtor in your community, just embrace those people. Just absolutely embrace those people because they deserve it. And they have had, at least for us in Acadia Parish, they have had the last couple of years have been so stressful, so taxing on them, more so than it ever should have been. And so we are going to be just celebrating them Friday afternoon right after school. And I'm so happy to be part of that. So that's, like I said, there's not really a typical day. You set the tone, you decide your day. Remember, if you're thinking about real estate, you have to, number one, love people, love problem solving, and be self-motivated, because there is no one that's going to wake you up in the morning and tell you to go to work. Nobody. You're going to have to be motivated to get up and go do the job and do what you need to do. And if you are somebody who is known in your community, liked in your community, trusted in your community, real estate is going to be, I wouldn't say easy, because listen, it's hard work and I love it, but to me it's not really work because I just love it so much, but it's work. But if you're known, liked, and trusted in your community, then you can do it. You absolutely can do it if you want to do it. You have to want to do it, right? So if you're thinking about real estate, I will tell you, I was with a different company and I switched in January to this company because this company, in my opinion, is the best company in the nation. They offer stock options. They offer retirement. They offer training out the wazoo. You can't even imagine the amount of training they offer. Name it, they offer it. And they do not require you to pay nearly the amount that other brokerages do. So every brokerage, the way that they maintain their brokerage is they take a percentage of every single closing from every single realtor. That's how they maintain their brick and mortar store, their brokerage, their building, right? And so our company, because they are online, they're web-based. We have an office in Lafayette that's called District South, but it's not Real. My company's called Real. Real is, they don't have a brick and mortar building at all. So they don't have those overhead costs of a brick and mortar building. Therefore, they do not require nearly as much of a percentage of a commission from every closing. And so that's a huge advantage. So know that if you think about getting into real estate and you start interviewing